Hey everybody, welcome back. Delta Flight Gaming here, playing an old school game. Another one of my shorts that I'm doing here and there. I want to try and do at least one short a month. Just to kind of, as much as I enjoy having the Sunday, not doing anything, or maybe uploading and most of them editing. And catching up on some of the other old YouTubers, or smaller YouTubers that I watch. Figured I'd play this, and I don't know, it's Friday night. I've got a few drinks. I think I'm on my second one right now, so I'm having fun. Just enjoying the weekend. But yeah, this game, oh my god, I love this game. When I was a kid, there was a roller skating rink that was like half roller skating rink and half arcade. I don't know if that's still there. I should check and see if it's still there. I know last time I was there, it changed its name. I think it used to be like Skate USA, and they had this really weird. They had this mascot, if you will, called, I think it was Skatosaurus Rex, and it literally was just this dude like in a green dinosaur costume wearing giant boxer shorts and a hat, and he just would skate around. Yeah, it was weird. But it was those arcades, you'd have like the ticket arcades, and you had this one, you had this one, you had the X-Men arcade, which I should probably play, take a blast back down memory lane that way too. What else was there? Mortal Kombat, when that first was out, in arcades. Kids were all hunkered around Mortal Kombat 2, the X-Men game. Yeah, we always loved going there. And it's like, I don't know, if you ever go, like, there's a pinball arcade around near here, but it's like, even when I go to like Dave and Buster's, there's like specific noises you kind of like, you almost hear, or you're on the lookout for, or hear out for, if you will. I don't know, I always liked doing, I know that my brother, I think the one that was at our location, I think it was 4-player.
I'm back here with my kid.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm honestly surprised that they actually got.
Ready?
I mean, if it is the actual voice actor, I'm really surprised. If not, then the dude is really good, really close. Yeah, I think. Because your parents for us back then would be like, all right, here's like $5. That's it. No more, no less. So you really had to like figure out, okay, maybe I want some, shitty coin or shitty thing behind the counter that I had to get a bunch of tickets for. Or do I want to play, Simpsons, Mortal Kombat? Hey, I can throw the dog. There's Dr. Marvin Monroe. Honestly, I've been debating too, just to kind of, in between watching all the new stuff or trying to catch up on some of the new stuff, go back and watch like the entire Simpsons, just season 1 to season 32. Because I actually did the other day. I watched like the first 2. I didn't realize, if you ever see that meme of Skinner when he's looking down and then the meme just goes pathetic, like he doesn't say that, but that's from season 1 episode 2. Like that's a pullback from like way back in the day. Yeah, it was right after Bart spray paints Skinner's face on the wall, and he walks up and it's a brief, like 1 second, he just kind of looks and then it moves to the next scene. Like he's just there for a brief second. And then recently, I have been looking back into my PSP. It was kind of one of the things I really wanted to talk about, just how I think the PSP... no, and I could be using this wrong because I don't really go into a lot of like forums and all this other stuff, but I seriously think the PSP was an underrated system. I think the Vita was too, but I just don't think that the Vita had the same... It didn't have the same, like, energy. Like, Sony... Like, if Sony put as much energy into the Vita as they did the PSP... Dude, seriously, the Vita could have lasted a lot longer. And, I mean, there are some major flaws behind the Vita. The biggest one is that stupid proprietary memory card. You know, like you had to buy that specific memory card design or whatever, and they're stupid expensive because they're not a standard memory card size. You know, with the PSP, I found for $5 at Home Depot of all places, an SD card reader. Specifically one of those, you know, the one that the PSP uses. You can slap in a 64 gig or 100 gig little mini SD card, load it up with some ROMs, custom firmware, and boom. I don't have to worry about my disk drive anymore. You know, I can just play a bunch of ROMs and emulators on the Vita. Discount Cemetery. And the other thing too, the thing that kind of weird, was really weird for me, I think, I'll go back to the PSP in a second, but just Smithers. I didn't know, I don't remember if they changed, like, what was the logic or the reason behind it, but I think before Carl and Dr. Hibbert showed up, I think Smithers was supposed to be either very, very tan or he was very light-skinned African American. Like, I don't know what they were aiming, if he was just supposed to be just, you know, another Caucasian guy or if he's supposed to be African American. I don't know. But yeah, like seeing him in episode 1, I was like, wait, his skin tone is dark. I don't even remember that. You know, and there used to be a time for me, this was like a couple years ago, not this Xbox that I'm running this emulator off of, but I had another one, you know, my old one, that I would just put on a DVD of The Simpsons. You know, it was like I don't remember what season it was. The season with Hank Scorpio, one of the greatest episodes. You know, and I would just play it while I'm playing video games. You know, I'd have my headphones in, but it was just one of those ones where, you know, I needed something else in the background, some sort of noise. Like, I can't have my apartment being dead quiet. It's too weird. But yeah, I still remember as a kid, it was like every Friday, you know, my dad would stay home and he would work on whatever he might need to be working on or help start cleaning the house or whatever. You know, right after school, we get home, my mom and I would go to the grocery store, and I think I was in 4th grade, maybe 3rd, but she would allow me to just hang out by the magazine racks because this is pre-internet. You know, there was no GameFAQs, there was no YouTube, there wasn't any kind of, you know, there was it Electronic Gaming Monthly, GamePro, Nintendo Power, maybe one or two other ones. But like if your game was if they didn't have a cheat oh god, what was it? It's like not Cheat Code Central. That was internet. Oh, I can't remember the magazine, but all it was it was just like it'd have an article or two about a certain game that might be coming out or whatever, and then like the next like remaining part of the magazine was just, okay, here's this magazine, here's the cheat codes for Super Mario and how to like where to find the whistle, or you know like the infinite lives code for this game or whatever. And my mom was like, just don't move. Okay, cool. So I got to read a bunch of like gaming magazines hoping I might see something for, oh, maybe there's a new Mario game or whatever. And that was my thing. I'd come home, help put the groceries away, do whatever chores I needed to do, and then it would be just in time for the Fox Friday night lineup, where it was, you know, you had The Simpsons. I mean, granted, The Simpsons was pretty much every night at 5, but like the new episodes started to do the Friday nights, where you'd have like The Simpsons. I think Melrose Place was there, 90210. I don't really remember. All I know, it was The Simpsons and X-Files. And that, for me, those are like the two shows. I was like, yep, okay, I'm good to go. Like, I watched The Simpsons for the laughs, and then I watched the X-Files for the, like, spooky weirdness. And then I go to bed, and then I get up in the morning for, like, Saturday morning cartoons. But yeah, lately I've been looking more into like stuff to do because I have my PSP modded, so it plays custom firmware. And I want to find a way to make it so I can either get my computer to run some of these PSP games that I actually have, so it's a technical backup. You know, some of these games, so I could do some Let's Plays of them. You know, like the Final Fantasy Crisis Core, the Tactics War of the Lions. What else do I have? I've got Lego Indiana Jones, but that's on other systems. But yeah, just stuff to kind of like give me something more to play, but just in general, because for me the PSP was an amazing system. It was, you know, oh, excuse me, sorry. You know, you had those the UMD discs, which, granted, yeah, they were kind of cumbersome. Barney! But you got some of the movies that were in there, too. Like mine, when I got mine, it came with the Spider-Man movie bundle, so it was packed in. And I don't think I have that, but I still kept the PSP, obviously. But yeah, it was just, I love that console, a little handheld. And obviously, I mean, it obviously didn't have as much success as the DS and the 3DS. That thing just blew everything out of the water. But again, like I think it was mostly because of the fact that with Nintendo in the DS, you're looking at more, you know, your Marios, your Zeldas, more your first party stuff, which again, not bad. You know, I still love having some Mario games and Zelda games portable. But the PSP not really having many first party, more people started to invest in it, and Sony was like, hey, you make something for us, we will promote the hell out of it. We will give you whatever. Like, there's the 2 God of War games, one of the Ratchet and Clank games was on there. I think Daxter got his own game, which I never played any of the Ratchet and Clank or Jak and Daxter games, which I feel I'm highly missing out on. I should definitely find see if they're on like I can find a physical copy of those, of the collection, because I know there's like a collection of 1 through 4 of Jak and Daxter, which the racing is the 4th one in that package, and then I'm pretty sure there's a probably Jak and Daxter trilogy on PS3 or PS4 or Xbox or whatever. And I still remember when I still have the demo on my PS3 of this game. But I don't think I could, like, it's just the demo. I don't think I'd be able to buy it now because they took it off the network or off the store. So I think it's one of those ones, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. Who is this guy, by the way? This guy I don't remember ever seeing. It's like a drunken Moe with his hair burnt off. Yeah, what else was another one? Oh, Sunset Riders. Sunset Riders was another game that I played. I played a lot of that one. That was just completely something different to me because, you know, as much as I loved playing this one and the Mortal Kombat and the X-Men one, Springfield, but it wasn't a known IP. You know, it wasn't something that was already established. It was something that was brand new, something kind of different. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. And, I don't know, I still enjoy The Simpsons. I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. I still will watch it. You know, the Treehouse of Horrors. Those were always some of my favorite episodes. I still remember the Who Shot Mr. Burns. When that episode came out, it was like, it was in the news. You know, it was like all my buddies were talking about it. We were all trying to figure out who might have done it, this, that, and the other. But yeah, that was a big episode. And I honestly, I kind of think that might have been where they started to kind of go, where they slowly started to go downhill. And a lot of people say that it's the 10th season. Like, after the 10th season, you know, that was pretty much when people were like, okay, yeah, you had a good ride, it's been fun, move on. You know, like, it might be time to stop, to maybe... Why did he just scream? But yeah, it might be time to, you know, end the series, move on. You know, but I mean, like I said, I still watch the show, not as like religiously as I used to, you know. And it was always funny because when I got out of school, my grandparents lived my mom's parents lived about 3 blocks from me, maybe a little bit more, and the bus stop was like right in between my house and my grandparents' house. So after school, I would go over to my grandparents' house, have a snack, do my homework, and if I was able to get my homework done, you know, there was a computer in the back, in the little spare bedroom back, but they turned into an office. But it had a TV in there, and my grandma absolutely hated The Simpsons. Could not figure out to this day why. She would never give me an honest answer or a real answer, and I was just like, all right, Grandma, you hate The Simpsons? It's kind of one of those, like, you know, don't think of a pink elephant. What are you thinking of? A pink elephant. It's like, you know, especially when you tell a kid, you're like, you know, don't watch The Simpsons. Okay, turn on The Simpsons. Like, that kind of made me like The Simpsons even more. Not that I hated my grandma, but it was still just one of those ones, just like, I think it was one of those, it was kind of like the Beavis and Butthead thing, where it's like, don't watch Beavis and Butthead. They're, you know, it's foul humor, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, okay, now I'm going to watch it even more. I'm not going to do any of the things that they do, but I'm just going to watch it even more. And that, honestly, that's where I started my intro to PC gaming with Wolfenstein, the OG Wolfenstein. Yeah, that's old school right there. Maggie! Oh, Maggie. It's like, this just doesn't seem like anything like Smithers, from what we know now. God, I would love to play this 4-player. I'm pretty sure the 4-player version is on here somewhere, but I'll have to look. But yeah, get like 4 OG Xbox controllers, take it over to my buddy's place. You know, it's like that Mario Kart thing you do. You know, you get the TV going and you play some Mario Kart. So anyways, back to the PSP. I honestly think, like the PSP, it was at that point that was pretty much the only thing I played anywhere I went. Like, even when I was at home, I would still find myself playing the PSP. Like, when I first got it, I got the Ridge Racer on PSP, and I put so many hours into that. Final Fantasy Crisis Core. What else was another one I had? When I got Final Fantasy Tactics, I played a bit of that. I played I think I beat it on that one. That was the first time I ever beat Final Fantasy Tactics, was on the PSP. I might actually do that one. That might be another one I play when I do my Final Fantasy series. What else did I play? What else did I have? I think it was Tekken 6. Whichever was the first Tekken on PSP. I had that one. Played the absolute hell out of that one. Jack 2, or whichever Jack was, the current version of Jack was in there. That dude was... I could just fly through story mode on that one. Once I started playing against actual people, yeah, I was pretty much like hardcore noob. Okay, let me move. So yeah, that's all fair. But yeah, I kind of want to. I want to add a little bit of PSP to some of my Let's Plays. See if I can't get my computer to bowling ball. Because why not? Oh yeah, the episode where what is it? Where Homer gives Marge a bowling ball for her birthday. Where Homer owes an IOU to Patty and Selma. Those were there were some really good episodes back in the day, and I'm not saying that the ones that are out now are like garbage, but what was the other one? I think it was called A Tale of Two Skinners. Whatever, the one where, you know, we find out that Principal Skinner's real name is Armin Tanzarian. You know, and I honestly, because now the fact that, even though I have every episode, I honestly think, you know, now that The Simpsons are completely on Disney Plus, seriously, I might just go through that all over again. Oh, do I have him stun locked in the corner? Yeah, go, yeah. I was saying, I got so much damage in on him right there. Yeah, I stun locked him in that corner. That's awesome. That's a huge bowling ball. All right, drink time. Got a rum and Coke. Got a Coke Zero Cherry. Didn't know they made that, so I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And, what is it?
Ready? Go!
I can't remember what the name of it was, but it's like, you know how there's like Jack Daniels and then there's like the store brand version or whatever? It was like twice the size for the same price. So I was like, all right, sure, I'll just use this. Channel 6 News with Kent Brockman. Oh, yeah, one of the two favorite clips of Kent Brockman is with, I think it was when Homer goes out to space and they go to check in, and this is right after Homer breaks the ant colony and the ants are flying around and you see the ant fly up to the camera. Kent like has this major freak out, so he thinks he's like, I now salute our new ant overlords or whatever, and he just has this huge freak out over it. And then I can't remember the episode. I think it's the one where the government, they installed some like army base, and like I think Kent calls it the Killbot Factory. I think it might be that episode. I can't remember, but it's the one where it starts off where you just see the desk or whatever, and then Kent just like jumps in and goes, "Hello, I'm Kent Brockman!" Like he's like so excited, like, "Oh my god!" Like it just cracks me up because he's just so like over the top over nothing. You know what I mean? Like I like Kent Brockman always cracks me up.
Homer.
Oh, that 3-Eyed Alien reminds me of what was the one? I think it's Bart's Nightmare, the one on Super Nintendo where you had to collect the homework assignments. I played a lot of that because that was, like I said, I was like every night, 5 o'clock on Fox. There was The Simpsons. That's it. You know, that was pretty much what I watched. I didn't care about anything before, anything after. It was Simpsons, and then all right, I'll go do my homework or whatever. But I still remember, like, back in the day when you went to like Blockbuster or any of those, you know, rent a game kind of places. And again, you had no idea. You know, you had no idea if this game was going to be good or bad. But that's the thing. If you get it, you're playing it. You know, and it goes. You know, you rent it Friday night. It's due on midnight before, or on Monday before midnight. So that was what you did.
Homer.
You know, so you played the hell out of those games, and I played that game, the Bart's Nightmare or whatever it is. It was a bad game. It took me like most of Friday night to get, because you started off at an F, and it's like if you go up from, so it's like F to a D, if you got a 1 page, then a C, B, A, and then A+. But you only had like 4 lives to get through all of them. And if you didn't know the controls, because again, it was just the game in the little case. Didn't come with the manual. It was just the game. So it's like, you figure it out on your own. Have fun. You know. But yeah, there were some bad games I rented in my day. Same thing with just playing, like my friend, I had a Super Nintendo, and my friend who lived 2 doors down, he had the original Nintendo. And we had the Nintendo, or we had the NES Ninja Turtles game. My God, like just, I honestly think if you were a kid growing up playing that Ninja Turtles game and you could get past or even up to the dam section without like losing your mind, honestly, I think as kids, we were Zen masters because we would get up to that stage, we would beat it or we would die on it, but we weren't like, you know, oh my God, guys, stop throwing your stars. But like we would get it and we'd figure out ways to take our time, and we're just like, okay, just fly through it right through there. You know, we were like damn near Zen Buddhist masters or whatever. You know, like Angry Video Game Nerd, he did an amazing episode. That was one of the first episodes of his I saw, was the Turtles one. And yeah, it was like, I think it might have just been rose tinted glasses. You know, you're looking back on childhood like, oh my God, I love that game. That was so much fun. And then you realize like, holy shit, this game sucks.
Homer.
But I mean, we played the absolute hell out of that one. And then another one of my favorite AVGN episodes is Mylon's Secret Castle. Because that one, again, that was one of those ones where you played it. You didn't know how to play it. You didn't know what to do. You just played it because that was the only game you had rented. And God, we got pretty far in the game, but again, we had no idea what we were doing, but then we had to take it back. Like, I don't even know who this guy is. Is he from any season or any episode? And you know, I think what I want to do, because also lately I've been getting more into just building, arts and crafts, designing. I designed a couple stuff that I want to build. I've got the blueprints. I've drawn like 2 or 3 sets. Ran it through with my brother because he does a lot of the stuff too. So he can kind of give me, you know, what about this? What about that? Try this, try that, so on and so forth. I want to build an arcade cabinet, full scale. Like those arcade 1-ups. Yeah, those would be nice to have. But when I saw, I think it was the NBA Jam one over at Best Buy, and they wanted like $450 for it, I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. There's no way I'm paying $450 when I could go to Best Buy, or not Best Buy, but I could go to Home Depot and get 2 5-foot by, like, what? It might be 4 feet wide and 6 feet tall sheets of plywood for like 10, 20 bucks a piece or whatever, and build it myself for, God, how much, you know, like maybe 1/10 of the cost, maybe 75 to 100 bucks. I've got some game shelves I want to build. I like how the doors had spring sounds. Alright, I believe I am at the second to last boss, because it goes Smithers, then Burns. He's stun locked, man. Yeah, right here, dude. Just no. Yeah, I've got a couple stuff I've got designs for to build. I just need the money and the time to do it. And I think I won't do it until I move, because like the less I have to move out, the better. You know, once I get like maybe a bigger house, or maybe something, just even if I move in with my girlfriend to a house or an apartment or whatever, at least if it has like two bedrooms. You know, maybe something with if it's got the one thing I would at least hope is I'd have a garage. That would be nice. I would have my own little workstation. Welcome to your grave, suckers. That's almost on par with Magneto. Welcome to die. Oh, I know what I also want to play. The Ninja Turtles arcade game. That was the other thing. My friend that lived a couple doors down, me and my brother, we were big Turtles fans. So big of Turtles fans. Like, you know, the original Turtle movie, awesome. The second one, it's bad, but it's funny because it's got Vanilla Ice in it. And then the third one was kind of, it's not bad. It's not great. Don't get me wrong. It is not a good movie. But I've seen worse. Yeah, I think that would be another fun one to play. I gotta see what all is on this thing, because there's like over 4,000 games on this thing. No, there's some 64 games on here I tried to run and they don't emulate well. So I'm not worried about that one. Did I win? Oh no, okay, I got it. Oh, it is? That does sound like Mr. Smithers. Or Mr. Burns, sorry. So yeah, I think what I might do is I might play the Ninja Turtles, the X-Men game, maybe find another shooter here or there, just to kind of like see what's available on this thing. Yeah, this is the section designed to just eat through your quarters. You just would like it would take more than $5. And I'm pretty sure this was probably like 50 cents a life. You know, it wasn't as ridiculous as like $1 a life, but I'm pretty sure it was, was it like 50 cents a life. Come on. Yeah, the story behind this, never understood it, but I don't think that was the point. You know, Smithers kidnaps a baby. But I mean, granted, Maggie had the diamond. Oh yeah, speaking of Mr. Burns blocks out the sun. That was who shot Mr. Burns. Yeah, this is. I think I might go back and start watching the series again. Just, you know, I think we're kind of like I'd have to fly through a lot of it because I think this is that time of the year where shows are starting to be new. So it's like, oh, I want to watch that one. But granted, the shows that I want to watch, they're maybe once a week. So it'll give me plenty of time to catch up. Homer! Yeah, I think, say this was 50 cents a life, I've probably gone through like 4, maybe $3 so far. Oh, he's done. And there's Maggie. Lisa's wedding. That is another. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, Lisa's wedding. That's another great episode. All right. We're just going to let the credits roll out. But yeah, I had fun with this game. This was something I've been wanting to do for a while because I loved playing it as a kid and just kind of brings back some good fun memories playing at the old arcade. This seriously has to be something that needs to be, they really need to renegotiate the licensing or whatever and make another. Even if they just don't make another one, just fucking put it in Dave & Buster's. You'll bring in money. Oh, restart of life. Team GX963. Management Esquido. Nakamura. Matt Graining. Thanks for playing. Alright, see you guys.